Well, we have more to this whole Batwoman news. Are Variety just trying to paint Ruby Rose in a bad light? Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube harpy. And who are you? Why are you here? You're scratching your face. You're bored already.
I'm Rob Robot Shlomo, and I'm here because I'm already in Dutch angle, so I'm like a 60s Batman villain.
Absolutely. We're talking about Batwoman. Variety, they came up with this article today, why they say that Ruby Rose left. I read through this a little bit. Why are you trying to paint her like she's the bad guy here? Oh, seriously.
Because she's a traitor to the cause, that's why.
I suppose. Their article, that's the wrong one. Boop. Why Batwoman star Ruby Rose left the CW series? Well, they're speculating here. They're not actually giving the specific reason, but they're giving a few things that she said. Some attention. Let's get into it. I brought you back to read.
Ruby Rose's surprise exit from the CW series Batwoman stemmed from an ill fit between the star and production. According to multiple sources, Rose was unhappy with the long hours required of her as the series lead, which led to friction on the set. It was thus decided by her and the network and studio, a lot of ands in there, like Alex Kurtzman, Warner Brothers Television, that they would part ways. You know what that means? That means they didn't fire her. Well, they allowed her to quit.
Yeah, they allowed her to quit. Well, that's kind of one of the things I've been speculating, too. They're going to allow her to quit because these studios hold all of the cards. And this article came out after the other one where there was just some behind-the-scenes kerfuffle. Well, this article came out a little bit after the fact, I want to say. And now they're speculating. Well, we'll get into what they're speculating here. But you know what? When I think of friction on the set of Batwoman, I think of this. The Bat Giggity. That's all I think of.
Oh, yeah. Barry White here. Hey, how you doing there? It's a little bit of the Bat Giggity.
The Bat Giggity.
Okay.
That's friction. That's the only kind of friction I hear about in Batwoman anymore. But
this is very telling, though. Reps for Rose, Warner Brothers, and the CW declined to comment. So there's a blackout on.
So nobody's talking. That's all they're doing now is speculating. That's what we've been doing for the past 2 days.
Rose's time on The Batwoman marked the first TV starring role of her career, probably her last. She previously appeared on Netflix's Orange is the New Black and has appeared in supporting roles in several films to date. Given the sudden nature of it, speculation has been rampant as to the reason for Rose's exit from the series. It was speculated that it had something to do with pain associated from an emergency surgery Rose underwent for 2 herniated discs. But a source familiar with the situation tells Variety that Rose's decision had nothing to do with her health or injury. Rose has also opened up about her mental health issues in the past. Back in October, she posted on Instagram, "I've struggled with my mental health my entire life." She went on to say that she had attempted suicide multiple times and had been hospitalized at different times in her life.
All right. Well, that's really, really sad, but I don't want them... Here's where this is the only reason why I really, really wanted to do a video on this, is I don't want them just to paint the actress as she... And I know this is how I'm going to put it on the thumbnail, too. I'm going to put... They said she's crazy or something. I'm going to clickbait it. I don't want them to have this negative connotation on these things that people who struggle with things can't function, and that, you know, because it really feels to me like they're kind of building her up to blame her if this series either fails or whatever. Like, this almost feels like a, you know, when like the guys get Me Too'd out of Hollywood, this kind of feels almost a little bit like a hit piece.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's a hit piece, but it's they're kind of leaning into blaming her.
Yeah.
But in a statement issued announcing Rose's departure, Studio Network and Berlanti Productions said they would be seeking a new lead actress and member of the LGBTQ, the alphabet community.
I'll do it. Very well, I accept. I'm not an actor, and I can't squeeze into the costume, but I can jiggle.
Neither you're not an actress, but neither is Ruby Rose, really.
Well, they hired her because of her
Yeah.
look. I mean, I get it. A
Um,
lot of the times, these actors and celebrities are kind of put in a position because they have the right look, they have the right body type, they have the right political standing, they have the right letter of the alphabet behind their name, they have the right ethnic group to, fill a quota for the month.
yeah.
We get that.
Yeah, Batwoman was renewed for a second season back in January. The show centers on Kate Kane, cousin of Bruce Wayne, and yada yada yada. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but come on, I mean, listen, the show, it's drawing halfway decent numbers
For the
for the CW,
CW.
it's failing. It's a failed concept. But you, she's 95 pounds soaking wet. Nobody's gonna believe she's gonna beat up somebody. She's gonna beat up guys twice her size.
Oh, it's the suit. I know it's supposed to be hyper fictional fantasy role play stuff. It's supposed to be that. I get it. It's supposed to be just a fun little superhero show but where the show fails for me is the superhero part of it. The best part of the show, and I've watched a good chunk of it. I've done a lot of reviews on it. The best part of the show is the interaction between the sisters and that sort of dynamic of her blaming herself for the one going nuts and figuring out how to fix it.
Well, the biggest problem is it doesn't have any idea what it wants to be. It clearly doesn't want to be a superhero show. It clearly doesn't want to be Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And it
quote
suffers.
our good.
It's another example of it suffering from the modern sort of type where you need a woman version of. You don't need. They can't stand on their own. This character would be a nothing if it were Owl Girl or, Rocket Launcher Girl or whatever she would be. She has to be Batwoman. She has to be Bat something. And that's one of the biggest problems I see with all of these new sort of superhero shows, this modern feminism sort of thing, is that none of these women characters can stand on their own without having their male counterpart basically be the thing that they come in and they steal the entire identity of.
Well, in kind of fairness, Batwoman hasn't appeared in a DC comic since 1979. I mean, it was an established character. However, this version of Batwoman, like you said, stole her identity, the suit, and stole and pretty much everything from Bruce Wayne. I mean, obviously, she. I think her injury had something to do with it. She had 2 herniated discs, and she risking paralysis. But at the same time, it just goes to show you how little money is spent on these shows, that they can't afford proper stunt people, and they can't afford stunt choreographers and stuff like that.
Well, they had that one stunt woman. We were talking about this on After Dark. They had one stunt woman who almost lost the ability to walk from the show. The lighting fixture fell on her.
Paralyzed. She's paralyzed.
She is paralyzed. She did lose the ability.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean,
this seems to be like a show that maybe should kind of cut its losses right now and just let the Superman one happen. But I don't want Superman.
I don't want Superman. It's going to be more CW nonsense where the villain just walks out of the room at the end of the episode.
We'll just let him go. He learned his lesson, right? Well, Star Trek does that too now.
But they do that. And I don't understand that. It used to be the bad guys used to get away in some sort of daring escape, or they'd have an escape plan. The Penguin would have the helicopter umbrella. The Joker would have the big question mark. The Riddler would have the big question mark. They'd get away. These
bad guys are so unmemorable too on Batwoman. They're not even like interesting. I think it's because I'm somebody coming in as somebody who knows the 60s Batman show pretty well. I am more familiar with that. I don't know any of these characters, so not a one of them really resonates or anything. And when people do, like in the comment section, say, "Oh, that was this villain and they were in this book or whatever." They're not even memorable villains, really. I mean, especially when you have the reoccurring villain of Alice coming in, who's the only interesting, really, part of the show. She's like the best thing. Her scenery chewing is legendary.
Well, you know what? Make it a Batgirl show.
It should have been Batgirl because at least more people are familiar with it. You had Alicia Silverstone back in the day in the 90s as Batgirl. You had Yvonne Craig back in the. You have. As an established, really, really popular, famous character. Didn't they even have Batgirl in the Lego Batman movie, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a character that people... I think this is even one of the problems with this. when they started the show, people didn't know it was a different character. I didn't know there was another character called Batwoman. I knew Batgirl.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
too
that's the biggest
similar.
one. Yeah, well, they're probably going to recast it with Idris Elba. So
Peter Dinklage in blackface or we walk. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section below. Where can we find you?
you can find me Midnight Edge After Dark. You can find me here occasionally. You can find me all over the place. My own channel, Robot Shlomo. Like, subscribe, and share because YouTube has a bad habit of suppressing these videos, and sharing is caring.
Absolutely. Thank you
Yes.
so much for watching. I am MechaRandom42, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.